Over the next 30 minutes, we'll have the opportunity to speak to the key people behind the FIA Motorsport Games, as well as some of the competitors who are set to compete for medals over the next couple of days. So first up, I'd like to invite on stage Reid, the FIA Deputy President for Sport, and Stephane Ratel, founder and CEO of FIA Motorsports Group, the organizers of the FIA Motorsport Games. Welcome, gentlemen. We'll begin with Reid. The national federations being the center of attention, today must be a very proud moment for you and, in fact, the whole leadership of the FIA, given the representation of countries entered in the FIA Motorsport Games.
Yeah, it is. And I think, last night for me was fantastic when you see the parade of all the nations and the camaraderie. The fact that I think the biggest cheer was for Ukraine. But apart from that, it was nations with a single entry. So, rather than them feeling embarrassed, they only had one competitor, everybody was supporting that. And as you say, ASNs are the lifeblood of the FIA. We're a members organization, and the sports clubs are our members. So to put on an event for our members in this way is fantastic.
And how does the FIA Motorsport Games fit into the overall strategy of the FIA?
Well, I think, again, when you saw the parade last night, EDI, equality, diversity, inclusivity is a big thing for us. And there was no doubt that that was a very graphic demonstration of, those principles. But also, we were elected on a mandate of regional empowerment. So again, we see member clubs from all over the world, all different regions, sending competitors to this event. But we were also elected on a mandate of doubling motorsport participation. So it's fantastic, and I think very apt that we're in the esports arena here. And I think 56 countries out of 72 have sent people to take part in esports. So, it's nice to see the top level competition, the GT racing, the rallying, all these things. But it's also great to see the karting slalom arena, to see the esports arena, and the fact that clubs can come along and compete on any level.
You've mentioned some of the new disciplines there. Of course, there are 10 of them at this edition. How were those disciplines chosen?
You're probably asking the wrong man. We inherited a fair bit of this event, but I think it's all about disciplines that work for the FIA, so disciplines that our clubs in different regions take part in, but also disciplines that work for Stephane and SRO as the promoter. We put on, when you drive through the gates here of Paul Ricard circuit, it's very impressive, all the signs to all the different arenas and all the different areas where competition is taking place. So I think we had, Stephane and I had lunch earlier, and we were just talking about the disciplines and how, that perhaps there's some that we want to tweak for the future. There's some that were tried. There's some that have been great success. Others maybe will take a couple of additions in order to come up to capacity. But, we're very happy with the mix that we've got.
And of course, your sporting competitive history is in rallying. You must be very excited to see 3 rallying disciplines added for this edition.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I don't get much time these days just to focus on rallying. There's so many other disciplines and areas to focus on. But yeah, it's great to see rallying both in Rally 4, Rally 2, but also historic rallying represented here at the Motorsport Games.
Thank you, Robert. Moving on to Stephane. Of course, we were in Rome in 2019. What makes Paul Ricard, Le Castellet, Marseille, the surrounding area, the right choice for 2022?
And I said in my speech last night, it was really a choice of, after Rome, which was only circuit racing, basically with digital and a bit of electric karting. But if we wanted to grow the FIA Motorsport Game, we needed to go to rally. We needed to go off-road. So we looked at the region where we could do, and real karting, traditional karting. So we were really looking for a place that had everything to offer. And it's through this platform at Paul Ricard as a class, I mean, beautiful circuit, of course, beautiful karting track, a secondary circuit to the drift, a place, beautiful place, this arena for Esports, a beautiful place for Slalom. So it had it all here, and you had the Sandboom, which was beautiful. Another dream was to do hill climb with the hill climb of Gemenos, but we can't do everything, so we couldn't do this one that time. And with the off-road facility as well. So we had everything here around in the region.
What are the logistical challenges of organizing an event like this? Of course, you're used to organizing predominantly GT events. This is far more diverse. What's it been like?
We have to ask the question to Anthony, who has been handling it all. I have to say, Anthony with Sophie and his team, they've done a fantastic job. It's true that from SRO, I mean, we were here only 10 days ago with the final of the French Championship, and we had 8 categories running from 8 in the morning until midnight. But even if it's 8 categories, it's only one circuit. What makes it difficult, you can imagine, is we have 8 different locations, and to coordinate this location, and each one has to have his own organization, his own technical control, his own sporting, and TV production. So to coordinate all the TV production, to have a live feed throughout the event is probably the biggest challenge, and that's Mike Scott, head of SRO TV, who takes care of that.
And as you've mentioned there, looking to the future, what are the plans for the Motorsport Games in future editions?
It's to continue like this. It's to continue to grow. Of course, we don't want to stay in Europe forever. The big ambition is to go outside of Europe, but considering that most of the cars, the equipment are here and available for drivers and teams from all over the world, it was our business plan, if I could say, to do the first 3 editions in Europe before venturing overseas. And but we want to, we want every 2 years to have a different city and to explore other horizons.
Thank you very much, Stephane and Robert. Thank you very much. And we're going to welcome up some of our competitors now.
And I just would like to add that I'm very pleased with the success of Esports, because SRO has been, I don't know if you are aware, but we've been the first promoter in the world to merge digital with reality. The Fanatec GT World Challenge is having Esports as part of the classification for the real championship, if I could say. And Fanatec has been a fantastic partner. And to have it now at the FIA Motorsport Game, I think, and being the category the most largely represented, I think is a real success for Esports. And I have no doubt that this is going to continue to develop in a very fast and very positive way. So welcome to all the sim racers, and I wish you a fantastic weekend. And the one who's going to get the Gold Cup, that's a big one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephane. Competitors, so if we could call up Matt Campbell, Mathieu Arzeno, Dmitriy Illyuk, Harten Carolina and Claudio Bisso, and Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli. If you could all come up onto the stage, please. Okay, perfect. So beginning with Mathieu, you've won the French Rally Cup final in 2017 on the roads here around Marseille and Le Castellet. So being there today must bring back nice memories. What would it represent for you to win here on behalf of your country?
Écoutez, c'est vrai que déjà participer à un rallye près de chez moi, c'est déjà beau. Et qui plus est aujourd'hui, porter les couleurs de la France, c'est sûr que c'est magnifique pour moi et j'espère que je vais honorer ce statut.
No, for sure, it's fantastic to be here in France, and I'm so proud to honor the French flag, and I would be grateful to win for the French team.
And second question for Mathieu. You're one of the favourites, if not the favourite, but according to you, who will be the main contenders?
Je suis content déjà de faire partie des favoris, mais je pense honnêtement qu'il y a un très gros plateau. Voilà, je connais de nom Pepe Lopez, l'Espagnol, qui a déjà fait le rallye aussi, donc il connaît un peu les routes, qui va être un adversaire redoutable, j'en suis sûr. On m'a parlé aussi de Georges Linamae, qui roule très bien en championnat du monde, mais je pense honnêtement qu'il y a vraiment beaucoup de monde qui peut rouler fort, et donc voilà, il faudra craindre tout le monde et vraiment batailler dur pour être devant.
No, for sure, I'm already very happy, very pleased to be here. I would start with Pepe Lopez from Spain, and also Jordan Mae, who drives very well in the World Championship, but we cannot, everyone can be dreadful during this event.
Merci, Mathieu. Moving on now to Matt Campbell, who is representing Australia in the GT Sprint category, driving a Porsche GT3 at circuit Paul Ricard. Normal territory for you, but the difference is you'll be running alone, no teammate. So will this require a different approach?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, firstly, very exciting to be here and something quite unique for myself in a sprint event. You know, I'm so used to endurance racing these days and haven't done a sprint race by myself since, I think, 2017. So be a lot of fun, something a little bit different. I can focus on myself and what I want from the car. And yeah, as you say, the Porsche here, I think, has a pretty good pedigree in the last couple of years when we've been here with GT World Challenge Europe. So looking forward to it, and hopefully we can have a good weekend.
And of course, you'll be moving into prototypes next year with the Porsche LMDH. Is this a good opportunity to sign off with a final GT win, perhaps, and in the colours of your home country?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, first time in green and gold for myself, so that's really, really cool. Something I've never done, and last ever GT race, at least for now. So really exciting jumping into the Porsche Penske 963 next year. It'll be a big step up, and something I've always wanted to do with Porsche. So really, really exciting to be able to take that next leap in my career. But in saying that, you know, hopefully I can still stay in some GT races next year and maybe even this event to come, because yeah, it's obviously where I've come from and where my focus has been in the last years.
Thank you very much, Matt. We'll move now to Harten and Claudio, who are representing Peru in karting slalom. A long journey here for you. Just tell us how excited you are to be here at Paul Ricard representing your country.
Well, I'm really excited because it's the first time Peru participates in the FIA Motorsport Games, and to be here in France, it's an incredible experience, and not just for me, for the whole team.
And Claudio, anything to add? No? Pleased to be here?
Yes.
Yeah, I am very glad to be here because I am the youngest of the team. I don't know how to explain the experience here. It's too good, and I have never been in France and in an international competition after.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you both. We'll move now on to Dmitriy Illyuk. You are defending the gold medal in drift for Team Ukraine. What are your chances of keeping that this time?
I think like we have 30 competitors, so my chances is 1 to 29 or 1 to 30, according to the logic.
That is very logical. And of course, it must be very special in particular for you to be defending the blue and gold colors of Ukraine at this time. That must give an added motivation at this event.
Yeah, definitely. This current circumstances the world is living, we're facing, and Ukraine is living, for me it's a big honor, and I feel pretty much pressure and responsibility is on my shoulders to defend the title. And it's not only about defending the title. The main thing is, you know, to bring the gold, the victory to the Team Ukraine again, because Ukraine definitely needs the attention, because the war goes on, and this is the only small point we can show that Ukraine is there, and please keep focusing on it.
And I know you said it's 1 to 30 who are competitors, but is there anybody you see as being particularly strong in your category? Maybe a couple of nations who might be fierce rivals?
I'm doing drifting from 2006, so I know all the guys here very, very well. I've driven with most of them a lot of times, but very big names, again, at FIA Motorsport Games, Nico Manoir, Marco Zaccaril, Rick Van Gotham, a lot of guys, Kalin Shortan, so Martin Drift Richards. I know all of them, and it definitely will be the race to watch.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Finally, Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli, a fantastic year for you. You have won the F4 titles, you've won 2 F4 titles this year, so an opportunity to make it a hat trick by taking gold at the FIA Motorsport Games.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the goal is the same as always. It's another race, and obviously we'll try to do our best. I am really happy to represent Italy, and yeah, we'll see what we can do.
And it must be exciting as well for you to be part of Team Italy alongside some really established drivers. For example, Mirko Bortolotti. Can you learn from experienced guys like this?
Yeah, I mean, of course, he's a really experienced driver. He has achieved some great result, and yeah, I mean, he's a driver where you can learn a lot from him, and yeah, I'm really happy to represent Italy with him.
And finally, who do you think will be your big competitors this weekend in F4?
I mean, I'm racing the guys that I never really race, apart from two guys who race with me in the Italian Championship. So we'll see. I mean, competition looks very high, and we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, and good luck. And if you guys could leave the stage, we've got, I think, 3 or 4 more. In fact, I'll call them up. So if we could have Gilles Magnus, Muto Sota, Reinis Nitiss, and Divyan Naidu on the stage, please. And we'll begin with Gilles Magnus. Welcome. You're back. One of a relatively small number of competitors who was at the 2019 edition and is back here for another attempt. You must have believed in this nation versus nation concept since day one.
Definitely, yeah. It's a unique kind of event. Everyone wants to represent its country, so we're all proud to represent our country. So yeah, I do really believe in it. On top of that, I think the organization is great. Already in 2019, the event was much smaller, but you could see that the organization was great. Now it's much bigger, and the organization is still as good. So happy to be part of this, happy to represent Belgium, and I'll do my best.
And of course, you won the silver medal last time out. So the objective this weekend must be gold.
I think the objective is always gold, and for everyone, so also in 2019. But for sure, I've grown a lot as a driver, I think, since 2019. So I feel more ready than ever, and ready to bring that gold medal to Belgium.
And in terms of the grid, would you say the quality has risen since the first edition? Is it about the same?
It might be a little bit stronger than back in 2019. For sure, there's some big names, so I'll have to battle for it. It won't be easy.
Thank you very much, Gilles. We'll move now on to Divyan Naidu, Team South Africa Karting Junior. You're one of the youngest among the almost 500 competitors taking part in this event. How special is it for you to be representing your country?
Yeah, it's very special representing my country here in France. It's my first time racing overseas, and being one of the youngest is really brilliant, I think. And I'm going to try my best, my very best, to bring back a medal. Yeah.
Tell us about what you've been doing this year. What's your racing program been like in 2022?
I've been racing my national championship. It's been okay, but we've had a lot of bad luck this year. But hopefully this weekend we can have some good luck and do well.
Thank you very much, and all the best for this weekend. Moving now on to Reinis Nitiss, Team Latvia's cross-car competitor. You've been competing in many different disciplines, such as rallycross, but also touring cars, and now you're here in cross-car. So your case really perfectly embodies the spirit of the FIA Motorsport Games in giving everything a go. Tell us about your hopes for the weekend.
I mean, lately I've been doing cross-kart a lot, mainly rallycross, not autocross. I did a couple of races this year, but yeah, as you said, I have tried many different categories, mainly rallycross in a world level. But yeah, to be here to represent my country is something special. I've been doing that for more than 20 years in my racing career, but yeah, first time ever exactly for the flag. And we have a really strong field in cross-kart category. European champion from France, local driver. I think is one of the toughest one. But then there are some Italians and Swedish boys. So will not be easy. But I know what it takes to win on the high level, so we try to give maximum out and push for the gold.
Crosscar is one of the new disciplines for this edition. It's not the most well-known discipline. Could you just tell us a bit about crosscar?
I mean, the only thing I can compare it with is World Rallycross. I mean, the crosscars are really quick. They're really responsive. We can go on gravel, we can jump and open wheels, and many drivers from the start, side-by-side racing, so much adrenaline, so many things going on in a short moment. So I think, yeah, at least for me, I think it's the cheapest way to get maximum fun out of it.
Brilliant. We look forward to seeing it this weekend. We move finally to Muto Sota, who is representing Team Japan in Fanatec Esports. You're an expert in esports. You're part of the Williams esports team. Can you tell us a bit more about the similarities between real world and virtual motorsport?
Yes, of course. Esports and simulation can help you how to drive car fast. Actually, I competed in a few real races in Japan, and with a little practice to get used to car, and I somehow can drive almost same lap time as a real driver.
And this is the biggest field in the motorsport games, biggest entry list. How competitive do you expect this esports race to be?
Yeah, esports has the largest number of participants at this event, so yeah, esports is the most popular motorsports right now, and so that more people will be able to have experience like us. Yeah, thank you.
Final question, a quick one. What car will you be driving in the Fanatec esports race?
McLaren.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to all of our competitors. Thank you to Stephane and Robert.